Hello everyone, welcome back to the latest update series of Drishti IAS. This is Divya Kawatra and today we are discussing about E85 fuel. What is the fuel? Can my car have that fuel? These questions have been randomly popping up in your feeds these days, right? And you're just seeing that ethanol blending, the jokes about it and what is going to happen. So today let's clarify first and all that what this E85 fuel is and how it will be processed and what vehicles can have that and whether it will affect your vehicles or the regular oil services. What will happen? Okay, let's understand that. First of all, let's talk about what is happening. So the government has launched E85 fuel. Okay, they have launched E85 blending and very specifically said that we will be moving forward with this. Okay, E85 blending has been specifically launched and they're saying that with this, that means 80 to 85% of the blending of ethanol will be done. Earlier we had E20, that is only 20% of ethanol and rest was petroleum. Okay, now we are saying 80 to 85% should be ethanol and only 20 to 15%, 15 to 20% of petroleum. Okay, how would that happen? Let's just think that this is a large discrimination in the composition, right? A large difference in the composition. How are we changing that? Now with this change, what is happening is that we are saying this feature should be brought down, but these can only be carried out, we can see that these can only be carried out in FFVs. What are FFVs? These are flex fuel vehicles. Okay, not all the vehicles. The question that whether your car can support it, no. Your vehicles, if they are not flex fuel vehicles, they won't be able to support that because these flex fuel vehicles have special kind of engines. Those engines can detect the composition of the oil and adjust the combustion according to that. They are very special engines, and if your car doesn't have that, naturally you cannot pour this kind of E85 fuel in your vehicle. Why can't you do that? Because this composition is going to burn down or melt down the rubbers and pores and everything. Whatever the metals have been used there, they will be corroded because of this and the entire engine will be destroyed. Okay, that's why you cannot actually put this oil in the normal cars. You need to have specially flex fuel vehicles, only those are applicable for that. That's why government has said that we will very separately create E85 centers, and E85 denoted vehicles will come with special recognition so that no confusion is made and so nobody gets their engines damaged. Okay, yeah, and this is not just India that is doing that. We can take example of Brazil also, who has been successfully running on higher blending for a very long time. So this can be done. So we have also been trying to do this from a very long time. Since 2014 we had our first phase out, but now finally the high concentrated ethanol blended fuel has been launched, and this time we are bringing it for long term. Yeah, obviously. The benefits, what are the benefits? Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? First of all, the financial saving, obviously because of the oil crisis. You can see the rising oil demand, and in that scenario, if we are able to run on E85, that means generally we'll be taking lower petroleum, we'll be using lower oil, and that would reduce the overall demand and will give us financial savings also. Not just in the crisis time, always, right? Exactly. Now this will be rupees 20 per liter, lower than the conventional petrol. The amount will come at least lower by at least 20 rupees. Okay, this discount is obviously to pass the economic benefits domestically. And environmental impact is also there. Operating an FFV on E85 cuts the life cycle of greenhouse gas emissions also. It will cut it by 61%. It can also lead to near zero particulate matter. That is the important thing, that it can lead to near zero particulate matter emissions, and that's why we are targeting these vehicles under zero emission umbrella, right? Yeah. So this will be very important for environment also. Generally what people think is there is this misconception that more the blending, higher the pollution. No, that is not the case. FFVs have particular combustion structure. The engine is what matters, and that engine has particular combustion values. Based on that, they will be producing even lesser pollution and will reduce it by 61% and even fall into the category of net zero, right? That is a beautiful thing. There are many misconceptions regarding this, so we are clearing out all that today. All right. Yeah. Another thing that you should know is that if your car can use it or not. No, it cannot. Why? Because we need flex fuel vehicle. Standard internal combustions will suffer damage if you put their E85 in that. Why? Because ethanol is corrosive. So regular rubber hoses, seals, fuel injectors, everything will get corroded. Everything will be destroyed. Right? Yeah. So to prevent this, Minister has clarified that your E20 and standard petrol vehicles are safe. They will be separated. It will remain standard. And strict separation will be there. E85 dispensers will have a special heading, special demarcation like this. They will have a special name for the petrol pumps itself, E85. The name itself will include very large scale E85 demarcating that this is the E85. Don't come here if you don't have FFVs. Simple. Right? But for that, everybody should know that what E85 is, how your vehicle will become compatible. Everybody should have that knowledge, right? So we are raising awareness about this. You also make sure to tell as much people as you can about this structure. Yeah. Let's see the basic differences. Composition, normal petrol, 80% petrol and 20% ethanol. And in case of E85, 15 to 19% of petrol, rest is ethanol. In terms of octane rating, we'll see that standard pump grade is 91 to 95. E85 100 to 105, high knock resistance is there. Energy density higher, energy density will be very lower comparatively in E85 fuel. Fuel economy, if we see baseline reference standards, and here we'll have lower mileage per liter. Lower mileage per liter. Thermal efficiency, standard normal we have. Here thermal efficiency will be higher because engine runs cooler with optimized timing. So if engine is cool, obviously thermal efficiency is raised. In terms of retail cost, if we talk about standard market prices, E85 is lower, at least 20 rupees cheaper than the normal fuel. Vehicle compatibility, standard internal combustion for the normal petrol, E20. For E85, you will need FFVs. Corrosiveness, very low, in this very high, right? Life cycle of GHG reduction, baseline, here 61% reduced. Niti Aayog classification, conventional fuel variant, this is zero emission vehicle. Okay, equivalent, they are not exactly zero emission, but this is equivalent. Primary source fossil crude imports, and this is for indigenous agriculture, sugarcane, grains, anything can be used to create this ethanol. So this is indigenous, not import based, and we will have better management from that as well. All right. I hope you understood what E85 is, whether your vehicle is compatible or not, who can get that, what will be the pricing, how will you identify. I think all the questions have been cleared. Yes. All right. Perfect. So based on that, we have a question for you. Right. Apart from the general awareness, we have to keep UPSC in mind as well. Yes. So based on that, we have a question for you. Read the question, pause the video, read the question, give us your answer in the comment section. Yes. All right. Make sure you give the answer in the comment section, and that is all for today. Thank you so much for joining in. See you in the next video. Till then, take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.